Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome to the 2011 episode number 1 of Greater Boston Gala Girls. To celebrate the new year, we're very happy to announce that we are now running on Boston Neighborhood Network, which is Boston's public access channel. Yay. And in honor of the event, we have decided to invite back our absolute favorite guest, Nick, who's our sponsor for living in Boston here. So we talked to Nick and we tried to think about what kind of a great party we could have, and being the good Italian boy that you are, although we went with a French name, but whatever.
Go with it.
Homage to fromage. Everyone with me now, homage to fromage. Yes.
So good vibe.
Yes, we're going to celebrate cheese. If you have lactose intolerant friends, don't invite them.
Bye-bye.
Well, we don't really invite a lot of those in.
Didn't we establish that early on? That,
yeah, I think we have. Yeah, we're big,
how we feel about the non-cheese loving people?
We're big fans of cheese around here. Dairy, good. So as you can see, we've got a bunch of cheeses that are out here, but how do you kick off the best homage to fromage party?
Cocktail. A cocktail.
And there you have it. So what we're going to do today is something called a... I'm missing everything that's going on, but I'll see it on the reel later. What we're going to do is a Prosecco blush cocktail. So,
and for those who don't know what Prosecco is,
because you didn't.
Because I didn't. I really didn't. So tell everybody.
Some of us know it well.
Well, I think it was rather crassly described as cheap champagne, but it actually is sparkling wine.
Yeah.
From Italy.
From Italy, yeah.
Italy.
And there you have it.
Italian.
It's a genuine Italian sparkling wine. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our glasses here. And this is a beautiful thing because it's very easy to do. What you just do is you pour in a little bit of champagne. And Jennifer, there's actually a grapefruit in the refrigerator if you wouldn't mind grabbing it, if you can find it. You just start off with a little bit of Prosecco, and all you're going to do is just top it with some grapefruit juice, pink grapefruit juice, so it's blushing. Oh. Catch it for the love of God!
And you can get this almost anywhere, right?
Anywhere.
Any liquor store.
Yeah.
I lived my whole life.
How
never heard of
you? And you're a wine drinker.
Yes, but in Texas, beer is like the champagne of Texas.
The official champagne of Texas.
The official champagne of Texas. Yes, it is.
Okay, and Jocelyn, would you grab a knife and actually just cut a little tiny sliver of that, if you don't mind? You can just cut right on the. You don't even need a what do you call it? Oh, she's got you one anyway. And these are very good, very light and sparkly and refreshing
drinks.
It looks
really good.
Well, they are.
Good.
Yeah, and just like a tiny little sliver to put in each one.
And because we're doing a very heavy, maybe caloric meal.
A little bit.
So the grapefruit gives you that lovely illusion of being health conscious. Yeah, it cuts through some of the maybe the heavier stuff that you'll be eating.
We like to kid ourselves around here.
Yeah, I was going to say, what that's going to do is fulfill your New Year's resolution.
Sure.
There you go.
Denial is not just a river.
No, it is not.
There we are.
Here you are. You can either put it on the side or float it right in your glass. Thank you very much. I'm floating most of them in the glass. I feel like it's much easier. Untouched by human hands.
There we go.
I know, doesn't it? There you go. So,
Now,
I'm sticky.
wine obviously goes with cheese most often, so you might serve that, but this is the cocktail that we're doing.
Absolutely. You know what? Everyone can bring wine, and that's lovely, and you'll probably wind up with a few extra bottles.
Always.
Yeah, right? But we should have a cocktail because, you know, this is our homage to fromage. So cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Have a little taste. See what you think of this. And it's sparkly for the New Year as well. Okay.
I just spilled it over myself. It's that good.
He's drooling, people.
It's that good. No, really.
Let's
It's a black shirt.
This is why we wear black. Exactly.
all the time. You will never catch us wearing white because it'll be just a giant white wet t-shirt contest.
It's TV magic.
That's a whole other show.
We'll
No, it's actually very good.
Isn't this delicious? Yeah. And you know, you're right. It's light and it's bubbly and it'll go nice with all the different cheeses that we'll have at the party. So, homage to fromage.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello, and now we are going to be doing an interesting segment on crostini, which we are employing the wonderful gorgonzola. It's got a nice texture, a nice color, a nice scent and aroma. And so we will begin Nick will cut the crostini.
There we go.
This is actually very easy. There's a couple of steps, but there are a whole number of different plays that you can do on it. You can add different elements. Here, because we're showcasing the cheese in our homage to fromage, we will not be going too crazy. So basically, after you've cut the crostini, you hand them over to your lovely assistant, who is going to brush them with olive oil on both sides. That's important. And then you're going to salt and pepper them just on the top for taste, and you're going to run them under the broiler for about 7 minutes so that they get a good crust to them. And then you take them out, and you're going to sprinkle some of the gorgonzola on them, which is what we've done. These ones have already cooked. And then you put them back in the oven for another 8 minutes or so. So enough so that the cheese melts a little bit and gets a nice golden brown. And then what you do is you drizzle honey on top of them. Just a little bit. Yeah, some people add walnuts or maybe a slice of pear. But because this is all about the cheese, we're just going to do the honey. So if you want to do that, and then you serve them warm, and they're actually really delicious. It's a nice consistency, a different sort of texture and flavor. So if Jen's got a couple for us here, we'll try them. They come right out of the oven. Your guests are going to really enjoy them. And again, you can add whatever you want to them. You know, pear, fig.
And it has the saltiness of the cheese and the sweet of the honey.
Exactly. So if you want to try one of those, Jen.
Okay.
What do you
Well, I'm
think?
so excited to be part of this segment.
Here we go. Ready?
Delicious.
Very good.
They're very good. So,
Very good.
you know, you can make your own play on them, but it's a great way to use gorgonzola. You can get people eating, and it's filling. It's a good snack during your cocktail party.
Delicious.
Really good, Jossie.
Thank you.
And very crunchy. Loud on camera, I bet. Just guessing.
Let us know.
Okay, so now what we're going with for our next appetizer is, and before you say this sounds tired and old, and so 1986.
Wait, were you going to say that our glasses are empty? Is that what's in 1986?
Well,
I think that's what it is.
that too.
Okay, pass them down, kids. Okay,
Sure.
back to you.
The baked brie. It was the heyday for the baked brie was in the 80s, I think. Were you born in the 80s? No.
95. I'm serious.
You will never
Kidding, I'm oblique late. I'm oblique late.
You will
gonna
never
get us
get
arrested.
asked back again.
Anyways, back in the day of Ferris Bueller, the baked brie was huge. But lots of people put jam and all sorts of like jelly type things in it to make it more of a sweet dish. So basically the baked brie was your basic wheel of brie, sliced in half. What you do is you chill it beforehand, obviously. You slice it in half so it looks like a giant Oreo cookie. And then you fill it with whatever kind of gobbledygook you want, frankly. But a lot of people back in the day used to make it a sweet filling for the most part. What we're doing today is a savory filling, which is something a little bit more filling. Pardon the pun.
You meant it. Knock it off.
Oh, I'm a giver. Anyways, but so this is really something that's a little bit more hearty. And since we have such a lovely light cocktail that isn't going to our heads at all, we really need something to bring us down a level, or at least present company included. So what we did is we took the wheel of brie and your basic thing of pastry dough, puff pastry, buy it in the freezer section.
Wait, you're not rolling that out or anything?
No, I'm not rolling it out. Don't bother with it. You take the first half and you place it face up sandwich size. And what?
Another question.
Certainly.
You leave all that rind on, right? You don't take.
Don't take it off. Some people can, but you'll wind up with a really runny brie, frankly.
And nobody likes your runny
No,
brie.
I hate running brie.
If I had a nickel for every time someone chastised me for my runny brie, honestly. So what we did, though, in this one, to make it savory, is we did caramelized onions and mushrooms.
Smells amazing.
You can smell it right now, can't
I
you?
smelled when I walked in.
So how long does that take though? Like an olive
Okay,
oil?
so I didn't do olive oil.
okay,
No, it's okay. I went butter. I know you find it hard to believe. I actually went with butter. Butter is better. So I took regular butter and I
You
took...
could use olive oil. Maybe, no?
No, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's butter.
No. Yeah, it's butter. Regular sliced up mushrooms, put them in the butter. The key to both of these, and sliced up onions, Literally put them in the pan on high heat with about a tablespoon or 2 of butter. This is a full onion, and this is a full little package of pre-sliced mushrooms. A tablespoon or 2 of butter, and walk away. Stir them every now and then, but when you think they're done, they're still not done. These onions were probably on the stove, I'm gonna go with for 45 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
on high?
On high. And you just keep stirring them. It used to be a ton of onions. The onions were this much. And they caramelized down really low, and at the very last minute, when you see them get this really brown, wonderful earthy smell, sprinkle a little bit of sugar on. I use like about a teaspoon of sugar, and that adds the tiny bit of sweet that you need to cut through the cheese. Absolutely. Take a smell. Take a whiff.
It is good.
Those are the onions.
Say cut through the cheese, right?
Cut the cheese. We've been trying to do it all night, work it in, but whatever. Same with the mushrooms. Yeah. Mushrooms, I put a tiny bit of thyme on there as well, just for a little bit more of some herbiness with the earthy flavors. Oh my God, I'm so tongue-tied.
Herbiness.
I know. But the mushrooms also, walk away from the mushrooms too. When you think they're done, they're still not. Mushrooms were probably in the pan for about a half an hour. You really want to get the most that you can out of these. They'll reduce in volume for so much, but the flavor will be so concentrated. So now, Nick's gonna put the onions on one layer, and then we're gonna add the mushrooms on top. And don't be, you know, shy. Feel free to use them all.
I was waiting for you to say the word. I mean,
Well, because it's not going to be a runny brie, so there's
It's no runny.
I hate runny brie, don't you?
Okay, now Alex, if you could put the mushrooms on top of there.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to Nick and his over onioning, I think we actually might run out of room. But how about that?
Well, the other.
Is this butter? What is this?
It's not butter. It's funny you
okay.
should ask. Actually, this is just an egg wash, which whenever you're using pastry dough, just take 1 egg, whisk it together with a little bit of water, and then you've got a nice little wash to make the pastry dough actually brown up. So put the top on. There you go.
Oreo cookie.
Like the Oreo cookie. And one last thing, since we've been talking about heat and timing and what have you, with the pastry dough, I've learned this the hard way. People, let it thaw.
Yeah.
Let it thaw for about a good 45 minutes before you decide to use it. And we're literally just wrapping this up like a present. Can you tell? Now what I do is I've got the seam side on the top. Jen, would you hand me that? Yep, the cookie sheet. Yep. We have a preheated oven to 400. We put it on like this with the seam on the bottom. And Jen, if you could just lightly brush that with the egg wash.
And so how long are you going to cook it?
You put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. Everybody's oven is different if you want the truth. Keep an eye on it. You'll see the pastry. Oh my goodness.
Puff pastry puff.
Thank you.
You got it.
I haven't even had a full glass of champagne yet.
How about that?
Yeah.
We're going to take it from here. Yes, it will puff up, it'll melt, but we're going to need a little time to cook it, so we'll bring it out at the end of the episode and we'll give you
That's the magic of television, right?
It is,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, and then we'll show you how wonderful it is when we actually eat it.
All right, well now what we're gonna do is our third appetizer, but this one is a sweet little appetizer. They're gonna be little individual orange and chocolate cheesecakes. They're delicious. Again, I'm gonna say light. As light as a cheesecake could be. Lightly colored, how about that? Okay, there we go. All right, so it's a little bit more involved than our usual, oh, this is so easy kind of recipe, but it's worth it in the end. Okay, what you're gonna do, first of all, you're going to take one of these little ready-made graham cracker crusty things, put it in a food processor and blend it with about 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Okay. Then what you're going to get is this nice little paste. You mix it all together, you get this nice little paste that Nick has been working on, which you are then going to take, fabulous, and press into the bottom of these little mini muffin tins. You've done a heck of a job starting. Why don't you just wrap it up. Yeah, here, I'll put this actually right in front of you.
Now, is that graham cracker crust? It looks darker.
It's a chocolate graham cracker crust. You can use chocolate cookies, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I couldn't find them anywhere, so whatever, that didn't happen. Okay. Then, meanwhile, over at the food processor, what we're gonna put in here is about a half a cup ricotta cheese, 4 ounces of cream cheese, which is like half of one of these little houdingies, about a half a cup of sugar, the zest of an orange, one of these little like, and 2 eggs. Blend it all up, and then all you do is literally take a spoon and just spoon them on the top of this. So you get this nice little, you know, and you don't have to fill it too well. A little bit more than that there, you know, Nancy spoon. Pants. Well, you can do it.
No name calling now.
Come on now.
You can do it. You can take it off if that's going to make it easier on you. She's so high maintenance. Here you are. Okay.
So should
So
I prep
I was going to say,
this?
well, she's belaboring
Yeah,
this.
really.
Yes.
All they
Now,
do is pick on me.
what you're going to do then is we're going to make the topping for when these come out. You're going to zest an orange here. Can you do
I've never
that?
zested before.
Oh,
This
you're
is
in
a
for a
first
treat.
for me.
Zesting is fun. Yeah, you do that, and then what you do is you turn over your little zest and you go tappy tap tap.
Oh,
Zest.
I mean,
yeah.
really.
See, now you can die a happy man. So you're gonna put that in, just a little bit of that, and with, I know, doesn't it? Very fresh.
It's a pretty orange too. It's very.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I do have pretty oranges. I just got back from Florida this morning, if you can believe it. So we're gonna mix that with just a little bit of sugar, however much you like, and this is just gonna serve as our and you can even use your fingers.
Now you
whatever
can
you
make
like.
these in advance, correct?
You can, and what a segue, because I have done just that.
Amazing.
But I will let you know, I'm sorry, Jen, actually, could you grab that glass pan? When you bake them, you're gonna bake them at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes. Okay, so let's just say for kicks that this is done. It's not done because Jocelyn is slow as molasses in January. Oh my goodness, I'm totally kidding. Oh, I'm sorry.
A little sensitive here on set tonight.
No, I'm totally kidding. But what you do is you put it in a bigger glass pan and you fill the pan with hot water. Again, it sounds like, is this really necessary? I don't know if it is necessary, but I did it with the other ones and they came out really good. So I'm just gonna say,
Let's go with it.
run
Let's
with
not
it,
mess
right?
around, yeah.
Exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So then what you would do is you would put these into the oven and what comes out? La la la. These lovely little mini cheesecakes. And right off. And they're slippery too. And so what we will do here, Jocelyn, you want to just sprinkle a little?
Do you trust me?
I trust you very much. I know, I'm going to get slapped at the end of this one. Well deserved.
Camera turns off.
Exactly. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you take them out, you really let them cool for like, half an hour in the refrigerator. Then take them out, let them cool for another like half an hour, and then you can just kind of pop them out with a knife, and it's really kind of easy. And you get these beautiful little mini cheesecakes, which I would love you all to try if you would like. Jocelyn Rose, there you are.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Jen?
Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Is that delicious or what?
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. And totally fat-free.
He's out here.
Okay. So there you go. Enjoy. All right, last up for the party atmosphere. Who's ready?
I'm ready.
I'm
All right,
ready.
me too.
with you.
Okay, as you have seen from our little display here, what we decided to do for flowers, I'm going to give Jen Gibbs props for this one. She decided orange and purple to go with cheese and wine.
Wow.
Oh, yes. And they actually look really nice. She got them, I think all of them together were like $15. And we put them in those tiny little $1 piece vases that we got at.
We bought for Nick's party.
Yes, we did. They came from Party in a Box. That's right.
They
Yes.
keep
Reusable.
on keeping on.
They sure do. And you know what? I use them all the time, and you can put just a few flowers in them and they look great. We paired them up with the little votives and the tea lights. You can get that stuff at CVS for like a nickel a piece. I mean, they're so cheap. And you put them all around the room. Easy, cheap.
Do you know what I like? You always put them in your bathroom.
Yeah.
They always look so
I
pretty.
do.
in your
I
bathroom.
feel like very fancy with flowers and blue. That sounded better in my head. Anyway, moving along.
Yeah.
I was so Mrs. Doubtfire.
Puppet.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
We're sisters.
All right then. Okay, so game. Who's ready for the game? Okay, this is called Name That Cheese, and I'd like to give a shout out to that guy right there for helping me out with this one.
Because I'm cheesy.
Yeah, and there you go. Very much reminiscent of Name That Tune. So what I'm going to do is I've taken 10 cheesy songs.
Okay.
I'm going to read you the lyrics, not sing them, read them, and as soon as you know it, holler it out. Okay, it's harder than you think it's going to be. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Oceans apart, day after day. And I slowly go insane. I hear your voice on the line, but it doesn't stop the pain. If I see you next to never, but how can we say forever? Really?
Is that not?
I can hear you smile, see you smile.
No, you.
Lionel Richie?
No. I'll be right here waiting for you.
Richard! Yeah,
Uber cheesy. I'll give you one last real fast one. He drinks a whiskey drink. He drinks a vodka drink. He drinks a lager drink.
I know
He
it.
drinks a cider drink. Holler it out if you know it.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah, Tub Thumpy Chumbawamba. So we've got 10 of these.
I didn't even know that one.
I do. You know, it's such an annoying cheesy song, but so that's the game. What you want to do is you just want to have people yell out the answers, and as soon as they get a point, you're the person with the most points.
And after a few days, it's really fun.
And then nobody really cares
Right.
This episode
who's winning.
is brought to you by the letter P. Puffy pastry.
Prosecco.
Points. Yes, and then obviously your soundtrack is going to be the very cheesy soundtrack, all cheesy songs. So let me know what you think,
Ooh,
people.
I'm too sexy, right? Said Fred.
Yes,
Nice.
thank you.
Because you loved me. That's yours.
The pride of Canada, Celine Dion.
I just called to say I love you.
Oh,
Mr. Wonder.
You betcha, uber cheesy, and
I did it again.
Oops, I did it again. On the wings of love,
Nice.
Jeffrey Osborne. Now
Very
that's
nice.
some cheese.
There's no
cheese.
Peebo Bryson in here though.
That could be on volume 2. That's
is
next
volume
year.
2.
You got to build up to some things.
Ugh,
So
your body is a wonderland. Ugh.
yeah, right. So that's how you're gonna set your atmosphere. We did promise you a little wheel of brie. So if you could just go down into the
The
basement.
escalator or?
Could you take the stairs or maybe the escalator back up? That'd be great. Yeah. And then what he's gonna do is grab the wheel of brie. Is he coming back up? Here, where? Here he comes! Yahoo! All right. Bring it in, and if we could have our fourth Gala girl come on in,
Oh, yeah,
Jen Gibbs.
absolutely. Should we open up this brie, this bad boy?
Let's do it up.
Yeah, we let it rest for about 5 minutes. I would recommend a little longer, but you know, magic of television only waits for so long.
Smells good,
Anything
though.
wrapped in phyllo is a present.
It's puff pastry, although phyllo does start with a P, so that would also work.
As does puff
And let me tell you, this is no runny brie.
No, not runny.
No runny. Yes.
That is some pretty brie. Ooh, goodness. It's
my
a little
goodness,
hard
yes.
to do on camera here, but this is a
No
big,
pressure.
big boy.
This is for you.
Okay.
And don't burn your tongue. So this is it. This is your homage to fromage party. It's a wonderful way to kick off the year. A wonderful way to well, really do what you want to do all the time anyway, which is eat cheese and drink sparkling wine.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
thank you very much. So with that, we want to thank you for joining us and thank all the Boston residents now who can see us on BNN. Check us out on Facebook, Greater Boston Gala Girls, facebook.com/Greater Boston Gala Girls. And with that, I say, any excuse for a party.
Any excuse.
Cheers.
Cheers.